Jambo, Jambo, this is your favorite storyteller again. Thank you for watching. This is Stanley Kareithi again with a very different story. Just the other day, I learned about the term SBD, silent but deadly. We just don't teach our guests, they also teach us. We learn from them. And we were in Samburu Game Reserve, and there was this elephant, big bull elephant, that was walking very close to our vehicle, our jeep. Everybody kept silent. You don't want to make noise near a big bull elephant because anything can happen. And he released a missile. He just released a missile, and one of my guests asked me, Stanley, what was that? And I said that was a mega fart. It was a mega fart from an elephant. And they said, oh, yes, elephants don't have SBDs. And I said, what is SBD? They said an SBD is when somebody wants to pass gas and they don't want to be known that they are the one that have done it. So they release it slowly. So it is silent but deadly. As we said, Stanley, that's universal. Every community, every nationality, every country has it. So after they said that, they reminded me of a story about one of the guides. It's not a colleague of mine, it's another guide in a different company. Because in my company, we can't do something like that. We don't do that. But this is what happened. A guide picked some clients from this nationality that I'm not going to mention. And they are known to eat a lot of pepper in their food. There's a lot of pepper in their food. So when these guys are on a game drive this morning, the family, because of eating a lot of pepper in their food, then they started practicing, or naturally, it comes natural. Sometimes you can't avoid it. And when you avoid it, then you get sick. So the family at the back there, maybe one of them or two, they had some stomach issues. And, of course, when you have some stomach problems because of the different kind of food you're eating, then plus your pepper, you start practicing your SBD, silent but deadly. So the guide, remember when we are driving on a game drive, most of the time the client are studying behind you. They are studying so that they can have a better view as you are driving. So this guy is driving, and the guys back there, his guests, start unleashing the missiles, SBD. And my friend, my colleague down here is suffering in silence because it was so strong. According to him, it was hot. You could feel the heat of the SBD as he was driving. So it was bad. He had a very hard time because for about 3 hours until they got back to the camp, he was relieved when they got back for lunch. And at least he was on his own and he could have fresh air. So this guy, at lunchtime, he met with some of his colleagues, other guides for lunch. And as everybody tells, what happened to you? What did you see? And this guy said, I didn't have a good morning because my morning was terrible. These people were just unleashing some strong missiles and I could not breathe. I thought I was going to die. It was so different. It was not like, I think different nationalities have different delicacies that makes them produce different missiles when it comes to SBD. So a friend of his said to him, "Oh, my friend, don't worry. Are you going on an afternoon game drive with these people? Then I think you should hit back." He said, "Oh no, what can I do?" He was told, "My friend, this is the remedy." He was told, "Look for some boiled eggs. Then you look for some baked beans. And then you take that down with a strong tea." Strong tea means very strong tea, black tea with no milk, with no sugar. How they came up with this theory, I don't know. How they found out that it was going to work, nobody knows. This guy was desperate. He said, "I'm going to do it. My friend, I know you can't lie to me." So he had some, like 2 boiled eggs, a big mug of black tea, strong tea, and the baked beans. 3:30, everybody was in the car and he was driving. They went out to look for lions, elephants, nice game. At this time, I think the guests, the stomach issues were gone, so they were not releasing anything. They were very nice, very friendly, very nice, and we are happy. But in this guy's mind, he still had a mission to accomplish, and he couldn't wait to do it. So when it came the time for him to do it, he released his first missile, his SBD. You just raise part of your like this so that it is silent. And he went like, I'm telling you, it was so bad. It was so bad even to himself. It was his own missile, but he started crying because it was hot. When he unleashed the missile the third time, everybody at the back was crying. They all had their handkerchiefs and wiping their tears. And after the 5th missile, the daddy, the head of the family in the group said, "Oh, my friend, please, we know, we are very sorry. we know what you are doing to us. We are very sorry. We did it in the morning and we didn't have a choice. We had some issues with our stomachs. Please stop it. We are very sure this is not coming from us. It's very different. Please stop it." It's called SBD, silent but deadly. I hate it because some people don't care. They just do it. They just do it all the time. If you have to do some of these things, do it in the toilet. Do it when you are alone. Otherwise, it's better for it to be loud but friendly. LBF. You know, people will laugh at you off. You know, if it's loud, but it's friendly. When you make it silence, when you put a silencer, you are going to hurt so many people. Thank you for watching. This is Universal SBD. Keep tuned to my channel and see you in my next video. Thank you. SBD.